All right, welcome to the Wealthy Ironworker Podcast. Really quick note for you guys. I saw a study the other day that said, and this was a pretty sobering one as far as I'm concerned, that said by the time your kids get to 12 years old, you have now spent 75% of the time that you're going to spend with them. 12 years old. Now, my oldest turns 12 this year. 12. And so the idea that 75% of the time that I'm ever going to spend with her is already passed is a sobering thought to me. By the time your kid, and the study went on to say that by the time your kid is 18 years old, you will have spent 90% of all the time that you're going to with your kid. And for those of you older heads who have kids that are adults, you probably know this to be true because you hardly see your adult kids. They're doing their own thing, right? They probably have kids. They're out there establishing their career, etc. But for those of us who have still younger kids, the idea that your kid could be 12 years old and 3/4 of the time that you have to spend with them is already gone, that's a sobering thought to me. So I want to take the time just really quick to encourage you. Number one, time is the most important asset you can get. I'm going to have a pretty much a whole series discussing time later on down the line. But for a little PSA here, you can't get your time back. If your kid is like 12, like mine's getting ready to turn, I don't get my time back. So many of you are probably thinking about the time that you've already lost with your own kids, and now you're starting to wonder, hopefully, I can't get it back, and how much of it have I actually wasted with my family? You see, that's what I really want to get you all thinking about. Is I don't have as much time as I think. How am I using my time? And how am I prioritizing it? Am I a complete workaholic, sacrificing my family on the altar of pursuing success at work? Or am I trying to be wise with it and spend time with my kids? They're only young once. And the idea that at 12 years old, 75% of my time with my kid is already gone, that's a pretty sobering thought to me. And so now I'm going to have to be real intentional about what it is that I do with my own kids, my own time, and how I spend it with them, trying to identify what it is that they like to do and get in on some of that so that I can increase the amount of time that I spend with my kids. I dare say that most of you who have got some older kids that are adults, if you could go back and change the way that you invested in your kids, you would completely upend what you did. Now, some of you may, be listening to this today and say, well, I'm very proud of who my kids have become. They're contributing citizens. They're doing their thing. They're establishing their career. They've got grandkids. I love it. But that's not, I would say that you're in the minority. I think the majority of people today probably would go back and double the amount of time that they spend with their kids because the phone is always there. Work is always there. Problems are always there. Hobbies, they're going to be there too. But your kids won't. Your kids will not be there. And many of us, okay, and this is a message that is certainly applicable to everybody, right? All of you white collar people and those of you in the trades, etc. Many of us think, okay, well, if I could just work a little bit more to provide for my family, I want more, than I had growing up. If I could just work a few more hours to provide. But the reality is, your family just wants you. They just want you. They just want to hang out and spend time with you. And I dare say that I'm talking to people today, right now, who are listening or watching this and are thinking to themselves, I have squandered so much of my time with my family and my children. And so at the start of 2024 then, right, I want to encourage you. Take that sobering thought into your mind. How much time do I really have left with my kids? And I want to encourage you to change your life. It might be small incremental changes, or it might be massive seismic changes. But change your life nonetheless. Take that time to spend with that kid or kids. Whatever it looks like. Whatever the hobbies that they enjoy, whatever it is that they are, particularly interested in right now. It may not be the same thing that they are at 18, but that's the point of what's one of the points of parenthood, is to find out what it is that they're interested in and see if you can't foster an environment that kind of develops what it is that they're interested in. So I'm encouraging you. I'm challenging you. I'm encouraging you. If what I'm saying to you today is resonating, then take the time, really formulate some things on your end, and begin to really mull over in your head, how can I make substantive changes to spend more time with those who actually love me? Because most of us intuitively know, if I die today, the place of employment that I'm at is going to be looking to replace me tomorrow. They're not the ones who are going to miss you the most. It's going to be your family. And so if you've got kids, no matter what age, it's not too late. I want to encourage you to think about what it is that you could do to change your life and subsequently theirs. Thanks for listening to this bonus podcast episode. It's The Wealthy Ironworker. I'll see you on the next one.